All right.
This meeting is being recorded.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna mute all. All right. Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Killing our action steps. I actually have to admit, I missed one yesterday, so I have to catch up today. But I'll do that. Oh, our action steps for today. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to be talking about our client success binder today. I've actually done a training on this before, so it was a little easier for me. I just had to kind of remind myself. But we're just going to talk about how to keep it organized and a little bit kind of topping off yesterday's subject of what is it? Structure, so that we can be better organized and more efficient in our business. So I'm going to go over our client success binder, which is this one here that we got with our coaching kit. So there's a few different resources and compartments inside, and we'll go over those. So I went into the Coach app, and there's a coaching clients. I'll put it in the notes, but there's a video that goes over everything that I'm going to go through in more detail. And in the Optavia website, Coach Answers, you'll see all the handouts that I have and kind of what I use to keep myself organized a little bit. So I'll share that with you all as well. So inside of our Optavia client binder, I have some blank health assessments ready to go because, we never know when we might have some health assessments. So we want to be ready. And I have this organizer here, which is online on the Coach Answers. It kind of just tells you how to use your binder and extra resources and printouts that might be helpful. So I just kind of have that. And then this one is important. This one has our 4 components. So even though we know them by heart, probably, it keeps us on track, keeps us from, oversharing or trying to over explain things. So it gives us some nice little bullet points on each of the 4 components. So if you're not comfortable sharing the 4 components, this is a great resource to go over. And I'll share the link with you where that is in Coach Answers as well. So I keep that here just in case I get nervous or I forget or I get off track. This is a good one to have to share the 4 components. And then I have the program considerations here. So this one explains all the different programs. I still haven't coached, someone on the gout program, for example. So there's a lot of different programs for different people. If we're not familiar with them, we have a resource to kind of explain them to us and help us coach those clients. So this is helpful too when we're talking to someone and they say, oh, I have gout or I have, thyroid issues and they're on Synthroid. So those are some things that, okay, let me go check and make sure that this program is right for you. So this is a good resource to have. And then we start into our little folder. So we have 3 folders inside of our binder. The green folder is for new clients. So I turned mine inside out just because they don't really fit in here and I don't like to have them inside. So I just turned it inside out and I use it kind of as a divider. You can use it however works for you. The coach in the video actually tears it in half. And that way everything is kind of inside, but it's not restricted in terms of space. So whatever works for you, wherever you're at in your business, you can do. And it tells you, who goes in this folder. This is for new clients, those who are just getting started, those that you're integrating, we're talking to them every day, the first couple of days, we're sending our daily text messages, which brings me to the first thing that I have in here, which is the client checklist. So there is one in the app. It's actually a lot nicer than this one. And I just printed it out, but it's in the Coach app. It's in the supporting clients tab, and it's the client checklist. So just print it out and you can have all the clients who are just getting started, who are in their first few weeks, and you can check off the text messages, celebration calls, so that you don't forget and you don't lose anybody, what in our things we should be doing. So that's what I have up at the front. And then I organize them based on an alphabetical order, just helps keep me organized. So these are all for the newer clients who are just in their first month. We're integrating them, we're working with them very closely, and they haven't yet placed their second Premier order. So that's what I have in the green binder. In the active clients, so let me turn over. In the active clients, which is kind of a purple maroon type of color, also I turned it inside out. This is where I have my active clients who are past their first month, who are integrated, where they're either still on the 5-in-1 or they're optimizing. So I have them all in this tab because they need a little bit less support, but we're still touching base with them. And I still like to have their health assessments organized as well, just in case, ever want to check in with them. We have their why here. We have the date where we did their assessment, just in case we ever need to go back and, touch base on anything. So I keep those all here, also in alphabetical order, just because it helps keep me organized. And then the last folder that is included in your client binder is the follow-up or future clients folder, which is orange. That one may get a little full. So what we did was we turned it into its own binder. So you'll get an orange folder that you can keep in here. But when you run out of space, which you eventually will, you can create a folder of its own. So this is where we have all our follow-ups, our future clients, and those are organized a certain way as well. Do whatever works for you. This is just the way that we do it. We have our follow-up list here that we're working on. And then we have our future clients. So this tab, I keep all the clients where basically my hot list. If I just did a health assessment with them, I'm actively following up with them. Maybe they said not right now, maybe in a few weeks or whatever it is, my next paycheck. These are also people who want to make sure we're dripping coaching as well. And then I also have a Rockstar tab, which are my clients who've already hit their goal. They've achieved what they wanted to achieve. They may not be ordering anymore, maybe because they just, they hit their goal and they're fine. But hey, we still want to use them as referral sources, or maybe, as a lot of us do, we're imperfect and we fall off the wagon sometimes, and sometimes we just need to hop back on, right? So these are our rock stars. We keep them in our minds. We follow up with them from time to time. Hey, how are you doing? You rocked program. Maybe, hey, are you interested in coaching yet? You did amazing. And referral sources. So that's where I keep these. And then in the last tab, I keep my inactive clients. So these are the folks who maybe they were doing great and they canceled and we never got a hold of them to find out why, or people who ghosted us from the beginning. We have those as well. So these are those folks. I want to just keep in touch with them as well, and, keep loving on them and make sure that we're ready when they come back and we have their information, we have their why, we have their goals. We don't want to lose that either. So that's just the follow-up or future client folder. So this is important just to keep us organized. We don't want to have health assessments everywhere. We lose them and then we get a hold of the client or the potential client and we forgot their goal. We forgot their why. We kind of have to awkwardly go through all that again. We don't have perfect memories, right? We forget things. We don't memorize everything. So it's nice to have it organized for ourselves to look back and have all that in mind. And it's nice because if we do have that in mind and they're like, oh, you remembered, or at least you took the time to write it down, right? So they know that we care about them, we care about their goals. And ultimately, it's not so much about spending the time to organize it. It might take you an hour or so. Yes, that's important to be organized and structured, but it's not all about that, right? We don't want to spend 5-6 hours getting organized and not end up talking to anybody or not having any action. So although that's important, we also want to get into action because imperfect action is better than no action at all. So yes, that's important, but that's not the most important thing. But we have action steps. Okay, we'll post them. Sorry, I didn't have the slide ready for you guys, but we'll post the action steps. And I think I'm early. Does anybody have any questions? Huh? Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot one thing. So with your follow-up folder, it makes it super easy to do your follow-up Friday. So we have a list. You don't have to do this, but it's nice to have a list of the follow-ups. Have you sent them a message? Have you called them? Have you, been in touch on Facebook? Kind of different things, different ways to follow up, right? Following up is not just, hey, are you ready? Hey, are you ready now? Hey, how about now? It's more so just loving on them, checking in on them. Hey, how are you doing? Being present on their Facebook, on their timeline. commenting on their pictures, on their posts, just showing support and staying in their world. Because one day they will be ready, right? And we just want to make sure that they know that we're there for them and we're ready to help them when they're ready to get started. So that's all I got for you guys. We're early. Wow. I feel like I'm wasting time. But anyway, we'll post your action steps in the group, and then we'll post a recording for you for anybody who may have missed it. But yeah, have a great day, guys. We'll see you guys soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.